So I am in Bukhara. I just arrived in the city because unfortunately the train station is quite far away from the city, so we have to take a taxi, which honestly I hate. I prefer any other means of transport rather than taxi, because taxi drivers sometimes they lie to you, just like my taxi driver that I had right here. He lied to me that I can pay by card, but I think that he could maybe also he didn't understand what I was saying because I was saying English, and he spoke very little English. He spoke mostly Russian, and maybe my mistake, maybe I should say that in Russian and he would understand. But never mind, I'm in Bukhara and I'm going to the old city. This is a 19th century madrasa in Bukhara. So even the streets here in Old Bukhara are very beautiful, and suddenly I'm walking and I see this mosque and I'm like, wow, this is a nice mosque. This is really a nice mosque. I will check out which one is it. I think it's Kalan Mosque, but I'm not 100% sure. So as you see, I'm sorry, I am very stupid. This is even not a mosque, this is a madrasa. This is the madrasa inside. Here's a Kolkaloshk madrasa in which executions used to be carried out. And this is the largest madrasa in Bukhara, I think. This is, and I will butcher the name, Majoki Atori Mosque. And I'm sorry for butchering those names so bad. I don't know what this building used to be, but it looks amazing, and now it's closed. It's kind of a ruin, it's empty right now. It's amazing. Damn, I would love to break in and live there. So I'm right next to Ark of Bukhara, and it's very big. I didn't expect it to be so big. And by the way, this is the first time in my life I see a Bactrian camel. You know, this is a Bactrian camel. It has two humps. Like they are much less common than one hump camel, which is like 90% of camels in the world. And this is the first time I see Bactrian camel. It's like an Asian camel. It's, I think, it's somewhere, maybe also in Uzbekistan. I am inside the fortress, and I have the same problem as with many buildings in this country, that they are so big and I don't know which place to go. I'm like getting lost. This building is also inside the Ark, and it's so beautiful. This is wood and it's carved, and the ceiling, it's so beautiful. Look at this view, it looks majestic, it's so beautiful. I'm between Kalan Minaret, Ulugh Madrasi, and Mir Arab Madrasa, if I remember correctly. And it's like, I cannot describe what it feels like to be standing like between those buildings. They are so monumental and majestic. I am a fan of this market. It has so many domes, looks amazing. This is Charminar Madrasa, and as you can see, there's this bed. What's the name of this bed? I forgot the name of this bed. On the top of one of the minarets. It's called Charminar because it means like 4 minarets, and they symbolize 4 religions of this region of Central Asia. So now I came to my hotel, and let me tell you about my dinner. And it wasn't planned dinner. Suddenly I was walking, and then suddenly this man came to me and started asking me different things. Like, he was very kind, and then he told me that he has a small restaurant and his daughter cooks, and I was like, okay, sure, why not? I am hungry anyway, so I had nothing against that idea. And then I turned out he took me to his home and there was just this one room where they would serve people dinner, and it was like a restaurant. It was like a room in a home, and I met his daughters, I met his cat, which was like, I was super happy to see a cat. I love cats. And then he gave me food. He gave me like traditional Uzbek food. He gave me manti and Uzbek bread, and some vegetables, and actually it was very good. He also gave me some tea, and I managed to bargain the price. And first he wanted me to pay like 70,000 some, and I was like, that's a lot of money. Like, it's like €7 for this place. It's like expensive. So I managed to bargain to like 25,000 some, which is like €2.5. And yeah, I was surprised by this encounter. And later he started telling me some compliments and started saying that he can have up to 4 wives, and I was like, bro, why are you talking about this? Like, do you want to cheat on your wife? I know that you can have 4 wives, but you know, it's, for me, it's okay if your first wife has nothing against that, you know, if all parties agree. I'm okay with polygamy, but you know, if just your husband wants that, then it's cheating. And I'm like, no, cheating is bad. I hate cheating. And I also met his granddaughter, and I was like, bro, you're a grandpa. Like, not that it's bad. I mean, he's still younger than love of my life, but and if I had to compare Bukhara and Samarkand, it's very difficult to compare. I loved both of them, but Bukhara has more of a small city vibe. Samarkand is more like a bigger city, but they both have a lot of very old things. Bukhara doesn't have less things than Samarkand. It's just a smaller city, and in Samarkand you can feel that you are in a bigger city. You can see that at night, for example, people are going to party, and here it's more quiet.